Hi, my name is Hannah, and this is Mina and Kayla, and this is Maya, and we are going to show today proper bathing techniques for your dog. First thing that you would want to do is trim the nails. So what you would do is you need to have a cauterizing agent. This is Quick Stop. In case you would quick a nail, you want to have something nearby real quick where you can stop the bleeding really quickly. A paper towel just in case you need to clean up a mess, and of course your nail trimmers. And for this procedure, we have chosen to use the guillotine nail trimmers. So you would want to have someone to properly restrain your pet, and then you would gently pick up the paw and hold your blade parallel, and just, you can see on here she's got white toenails, so it would be real easy to see the quicks, and you would just gently take off the very tip of the curl, not all the way back to the quick, but just the tip there, and just be careful not to quick the paw. If you do, just quickly grab your quick lube, already have it open to where it's easily accessible for you, and cauterize it as quickly as possible. And that would be the first step that you would take in your bathing process.
And next you would want to flush out the ears. You would want to take ear cleaner like this right here, hold up the pin, and pour some in there. You'd want to massage it inside, take your cotton swab, and pull out any of the discharge.
Okay, and then to clean or comb the fur, you need to get a brush that's going to work well with their fur. For example, since her fur is short, you could get a pin brush or a soft brush, and if they're like medium or long, a slicker brush would be fine. So you just want to gently brush them, and this works. You want to get their tangles out before you give them a bath, so it works real well.
Alright, next we're going to do anal glands, external and internal. Now for this, we're going to have to turn Maya around a little bit as much as you can. And you're going to want her, ideally, to stand down, and for Maya to be properly restraining her. And for external anal glands, you're going to put gloves on, and you're not going to stick your index finger inside the anus yet. You're just going to go for around 5 or 7 o'clock and slightly pinch to see if you can milk anything. And for internal, you're going to put your gloves on and lube your index finger and go to the same 5 and 7 o'clock positions and find a pea-shaped or pea-sized bump and slowly express them. And you want your napkin to gather any of the discharge. Come on.
Cotton balls in the ears. Okay.
You're okay.
And before you give them a bath, you want to make sure you put cotton balls in their ears so they don't get water in them. Sorry. And then also, you need to get some, it's called artificial tears. And so you can open up their eyes like from behind, and you need to squirt it in there. I'm not actually going to do it, but just squirt it in there, and when you get it in there, you can kind of move her eyes around, so it kind of massages it, and that helps it from getting stuff in there. So good and whatnot.
Okay, and the next step you would take would be actually placing your pet in the tub. You want to choose correctly. For this size dog, you would not use like a sink this size. You would want to use a tub this size. This would be perfect for her. And then before you actually place them in the tub, you would want to make them feel as secure as possible, so it would be the least amount of stress as possible. So you would want to use a rubber mat that they could stand on, or if you don't have a rubber mat, you can use a towel even. That would help them get a little bit better grip in the tub and make them feel secure.
And also make sure before you put them in the tub that the water is the right temperature. You don't want it too hot or too cold. Lukewarm is the ideal temperature for them.
And then also while you're bathing them and you're going over them with the water, you want to constantly feel the temperature of the water so that it doesn't change quickly and it's all of a sudden too hot and you don't know it and you're still spraying them with the water. So as you're going over with one hand and you spray with the other, you want to constantly be able to feel the temperature of the water for the safety of the pet.
And next would be shampooing, and you have a couple or you can get some like for medicated, or this one's for medicated, or for the allergen. So, and if you do use medicated, you want to make sure that when you're lathering it, do the medicated area last. That way they won't get irritated, and then you won't be able to keep on. And then this can be for it's a oatmeal bath. And when you're lathering them, you want to make sure you do everywhere on their body, including their feet, paws, underneath their butt to get any poop or anything. And you could do their head last, so that way they don't get all irritated also.
And then when you're using medicated shampoos, you want to make sure that you let it sit on there for about like whatever the pedal that you do, 5 to 10 minutes. Because if you just put it on and you rinse it off, your medicated shampoo is not going to do any good. So you just want to let it sit and soak and do its medication purposes, and then you can rinse it off. After you have shampooed, you want to properly rinse them. Make sure you get all the soap off so you do not have problems later with itchy skin and dry skin and them scratching. Make sure that you properly rinse everywhere and that there's no soap suds left. And then after you do that, you can do a towel dry, you can pat dry, or you can do a blow dryer, or you can actually, if you're in a facility, you can actually put them in the cage with the cage dryer. And with that, you want to be careful to choose the proper size cage. You don't want a small dog in a huge cage with a huge dryer, because then they'll get overheated. So you just want to make sure that you choose the right size, the right dryer. And if you're using a hair dryer, you don't want it right on their skin, you want it off. And again, make sure you can feel with your hand the temperature so that they're not getting too hot. You can use towels and just pat dry. You don't want to scrub, but just pat dry. And those are your options for drying.
And also, if you do use a blow dryer, you want to do their heads last, because dogs really typically do not like their heads being blow dried. And if you start doing it, they could freak out and might not let you finish the rest of the blow drying.
And that completes our step-by-step process of bathing your pet.